Hi, I'm going to quickly show how to replicate a sample car park using a road and discrete centerlines for greater flexibility. So first thing I'll do is I'll load a sample survey. So open it up, and here we have a 3D survey. There we go. Next I'll import a sample car park that has been georeferenced onto this site. So file, import, dxf.dwg, and here's my car park layout. There we go. I'll turn the colours on to make it look a bit more interesting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to design this car park here using centerlines, and I'm going to put on some vertical IPs at each one of these points, A through H, and I'll also then design a little stub road to come in to join onto that one. So first thing I'll do then is I will add on my external centerline. So I'll use the snaps to get everything nice and accurate. Zoom in to make sure I'm hitting the right points. So start up top left. Click each point as you go. There we go. And finally finish it off by finishing where we started. Right click, finish. So that's the outer centerline done. What I'll do now is I'll add in two more across these sections here. So I'll snap onto the end of that line, join it over, finish, and one more over here. There we go, right click, finish. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is to define the curve line around here, so I'll just do that quickly. So go into the channels, curve and footway tools, so select the outer line, and on here this time I don't want anything on the left hand side because that's the inside of this car park. I just want everything on the right hand side. I don't need a footway on the back of this one, but I do need a curb. My right hand side channel needs to be at 0 offset, and we'll leave everything else as is. Okay, there we go, so we have that up. So the next thing I want to do is to level it. So if I go to the long section of this one, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add in some vertical IPs at each one of these key points using the known changes. So add IP, right click, enter change in level. So the first one is going to be at 4.8 meters. I'll leave the levels as is, they'll change in a bit. Next one is going to be at 10.55. And then the next one is at 15.35. So the next one will be at 58.623. And the next one is 63.423. Next one is at 69.173. And again, don't worry about the leveling, I will change that in a minute. And the final point is at 73.973. Okay, so now that I've added in those, let's set the levels. So I'll set these ones, this side, at known gradients, and I'll set these ones at known levels just to show you the difference between them. So I'll leave the start level at that point, that's a kickoff, and then I'll set this one, right click and hit enter gradient. I'll set this one at 1 in -40. I'll leave the chainage as is. Okay, so the next one I will do at, again, well, this one I'll actually do at, say, 1 in 40, so it goes back up. And then the next one I'll also do at 1 in 40, so 1 in 40. There we go, so that's those ones. And then this side I'll do it sort of just bespoke level. So if I set this one to be at somewhere near ground, so right click, enter, change in level this time. Leave the chainage, and this time I'll set the level to be something like 15.668, something like that. Yeah, that's about right. Then I will set this one to be 15.6. and then I'll set the next one to be a little bit higher at 15.65. Yeah, will do. And then this one I'll go down a bit, I think, and we'll do that as 15.5. There we go. So you can set the levels to be what you need. So the next thing I want to do, so that's I've leveled the outer line. Next thing I want to do is level these two lines. So for simplicity, what I'll do is I'll just latch these onto the outer line at the end points. But obviously we could add in more vertical IPs into this line to really change the levels. So I'm going to use the snaps and just lock that one down there. And I'll do the same on the other end. There we go. That's one. Let's do the next one. So exactly the same. Turn snap to point on and lock it on. There we go. Right, okay, so that's the car park part done. The next thing is this little stub road that's coming in. So to do that, I want to know where the centerline is, and to do that, I can use the construction line tools. So what I'm going to do is offset these lines and these lines by the known road offset, which is 2.875. So 2.875. I'll select that line off of there, and I'll offset that one to there, and I'll do one of these to give me a snap point on a radius. I'll extend those to find the IP position. There we go. So the next thing I want to do is put a new centerline in, and this time I'll start down here, so somewhere on that point. It doesn't really matter. Snap to intersection to that point, and then to there, and I'll set the radius using the snap to any point on the line to here. There we go. So we have our centerline coming in. So the next thing I'll do is I will put some channels and curves on that one. So in this case, I don't want any footways. Channel's going to be at the 2.875 half road width. This case, I think I want the right hand side to be leveling up a little bit to match the entrance of the car park a bit. Okay, so I'll just change that grade. There we go. And it's going to offer me a junction straight away. So I don't need 6 meter radii here. I'll drop those down to basically 0. There we go. Create the junction. And there we go. So I'll turn the junction annotation off, just so it's out of the way, and you can see what's going on. So next thing I want to do is to change the vertical lengths of these of this junction, just to show that it can be done. Smooth the leveling over a bespoke distance. So I'll set that to be something like 5 meters, and I'll do the same on the other side as well. Something like 5 meters. You don't have to do that one, but it just allows you, showing you the what you can do. Okay, and that's about it. So the next thing you want to do is to export this out. So if I save that out, file save as, DXF or DWG, doesn't really matter. I'll clear that, and I want to export just the road center lines, the channels and the curbs, and make sure it's ticked as 3D, and hit export. So I'll save this one out as the design model for the moment, so hit save. Okay, so if I now, you can import this one back into the same model, or for this I'm going to just load it up as a new project, and you can see exactly what's going on. So here we go, that's the model. Turn the colors on so you can see what's happening, and this time I'm going to put some contours on. So I'll put it as 0.025. I'll make the text height a bit smaller than standard, just so it's not in the way, and click OK, and there we go. So we have our contours. If we go to the 3D view, you can see what's happening. You see the twist on the long side there. And that's it. That's how to make a car park with bespoke centerlines. Thank you.